Hello, hello. How is everybody? Happy December. The sun is shining here today where I am in the Pacific Northwest. I hope it's shining where you are, and if it isn't, then I hope it's at least shining here and in here for you. I am here today to share a transmission and poem that came through. It was really interesting because before this message came through, I was being shown, and I didn't totally notice it at first until I was shown multiple times, and then I started putting things together, and I was like, oh, okay, there's something more here. But basically, I first saw happened to be a towel, like a hand towel at my house. And it was like shredded at the edge, and I was like, that's not a real old towel. I don't know how it got shredded. I don't think my puppy got a hold of that one. um, but anyway, so the edge was like shredded, and I was like, oh. And I had this like quick thought of like, oh, do I throw it away? Do I deal with that now? What, do I just cut that piece off and just keep using it? Like, and then I got distracted and had to move on. So I didn't really think too much else of it. Deal with it later kind of thing. And then I walked by my bed and I noticed there was this really long string hanging from the sheet. And I was like, okay. And then again, I was like, okay, I need to cut that off because that's going to bother me. But then I got distracted and called by one of my children. And so I didn't deal with it right then. And then I was in a beautiful gathering it with this amazing gridwork community that I'm a part of, and it's called the Starseed Gridwork Community. And we were speaking about, my good friend JJ was speaking about these beautiful scarves that her and another beautiful soul in the community were wearing, and they were hand woven with wool, and they're just beautiful and these colors. And I just started getting all the feels again about like strings and yarn, and it just was reminding me about these other things that I had seen. And then it was like, oh, a message wants to come through. And they were also talking about weaving, grandmother weavers. And then there was some beautiful images that were shared that were also showing, tapestries being woven, strings, blankets, things by the grandmothers. Um, and so, anyhow, after that amazing gathering, I sat down because I knew there was a message that wanted to come through. And so I lit a candle and I allowed the message to come through. And so I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. I invite you to relax and receive and enjoy. And if you feel any specific messages or resonance for you, I would love if you would share. This is called the Unraveling String. The unraveling string presented to me today. It happened more than once and in multiple different ways. It had a message too, each time that it appeared. I could feel it wanting to speak, to be sincerely heard. So I sat down to listen, fingers on my keyboard, ready to dictate the messages I was hearing word for word. The first of many channelings, surely now to come. This one begins with how the string even became undone. How did it first break? Was it ever really attached? I'm not really sure, but now it could use a patch. A temporary fix. Is this really the answer? Or shall we let it all unravel in its next natural manner? The weaving that it once was, woven by machine or by hand, gave it new form and use in which we could understand. The use and the benefit of this beautiful piece, made from many strings brought together in one place. As a tapestry of beauty, together we now present, to be admired and honored for all that we represent. This is the strings now speaking, by the way. Together we are stronger, the strings sang in symphony. We shall support and warm you as we weave together skillfully. Whether we are single fibers in their infancy, hanging by a thread, desiring to be in solidarity, or whether we are many, expertly blended and woven, all are so crucial and so beautifully chosen. A perfect blend of colors and fabrics that are you make such a work of art for us to lovingly view. Allow the strings to unwind and dangle there loosely. And then when you're ready, formulate your intentions acutely. You could cut the string and throw it away, or you can tuck it in nicely for repair another day. For your very act of introspection and being witness to it now allows for grand reconciliation and much, much more somehow. And as you are now brought back into a place of peace, you can decide if you'd like to mend this delicate piece. It's normal and natural for all to shift and shred. No need to worry why or spend energy in dread. Worrying about the cause will do you no good. Simply acknowledge the lesson to be understood. For even if it seems at times to be torn and quite tattered, you understand on a deeper level what it is that truly matters. There's beauty in each string and in each woven piece created, and when witnessed in its glory, will surely leave you feeling elated. Deep down, you also know there are many lessons in the strings. I'm so excited to see what other messages the strings will now bring. Funny how a message like this could come from such a thing as a little loose, dangling string. Kind of funny there at the end. They're a little playful, aren't they? Haha. You can play the strings, get it? Ha. Okay, anywho, thank you for listening and for receiving. And I hope you enjoyed this message. And we'll see you next time.